I'd like to present to you today some ideas about how to really put forth a song as a solo player, how to get out there with a guitar and a voice and take a tune and stand and deliver. If you're interested in that, please stick around. All right. So my name is Willy Kelly. I'm a longtime performer. I've been playing a lot of years. I've traveled a lot of miles doing it. I have a music education, master's degree in music education. I've done a lot of lessons. I've done a lot of playing. And I've done a lot of recording with friends and different people. Today I want to talk about how do you take a tune that's been put out by a band and make it work for a solo artist. Just guitar and voice. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please give me a thumbs up. And I'll tell you what, you can go down right now and you can hit the subscribe button. I'd love it if you do that. Give me a thumbs up. It'd be great to have you as part of what I'm doing. Hit that bell so that you get notified when I put out my next video. And Willy Kelly Music, you can go to willykelly.com and you'll find a blog in constant progress there and some offers for CDs and some free stuff that I have for you there. You can also order a Willy Kelly coffee cup. In tune, on time. Studio motto. Now today I'm going to talk about, so good to have you here. Today I'm going to talk about presenting that solo song. I'm going to use the song Caught the Katy by Taj Mahal, who I had the good fortune of doing a warm-up for him years ago in Bar Harbor, Maine. Very gracious man and great musician. The version that he does of this song is he starts out with that Jimmy Reed rhythm guitar, wail and blues harp comes in, there's bass, another guitar, second guitar, piano. So there's a good bit going on. So how do you present a song like that as a solo artist? Well, I believe that the approach for a solo player has some basic principles. First, find the important part. Pick out which part really carries the song at any given moment. You know, a great song, often, especially a great arrangement, that may change. You know, you get to the second verse or the bridge, and what carries it may change, or what's the most important part may change. But you need to find that, and that's the one that's used to carry your way through. Often the listener will fill in sound. So when you pick that one most important part, the listener will fill out with their imagination the things that go around it. And I believe that's true. I have found that to work for me. Less is more based on that. Sometimes you get going, you get to a certain point, you want to highlight the next part, take some out. Let something fall and leave space for the next new thing, a way to draw that listener in. Silence sometimes, what do you say? You know, it wakes people up. Finally, each section is something new. Each section changes. Something drops out, something comes in, something changes. And that's true in band arrangement, that's true in classical arrangement, rock and roll, pop, it doesn't matter. You know, that's the way people like to listen to music. So when you're playing as a solo, you need to present that too. You need to find ways to change it up. Granted, you've got your guitar, you've got your voice. Doesn't always take an earth-shattering change to really make it feel new. Okay, let's get into this song. You can see I've got this video up, and my version, which I'll have a link also to. I'm going to be stopping and starting this video a little bit. So I'd love it if you'd go listen to my version of this song as well. And listen to it through and then, when you're done, so you get the feel of what I'm doing. So starting out, the song, as I said, what's the important part? For me, the important part of this song was the bass. Not the Jimmy Reed guitar, which first comes in Taj's version, but the bass really carries the tune. And so I'm playing the bass inside of the chords a little bit. I'm using the palm of my hand to mute my lower strings a little bit so they get a little thumpy. And that, to me, makes it feel more like an acoustic bass. It gives it that feel, I think. So let's check this out. Song by Taj Mahal. Yeah. There's that bass. Kind of muting it. The bottom strings letting the chord ring a little. But getting that rhythm going. Got that groove. Well, she called the Katy. She let me mule ride. Very straight ahead. Well, she called the Katy. She let me mule ride. Just trying to set up that rhythm, trying to set up that feel. My baby called the Katy, let me a mule ride. The train was pulling out, and I was swinging on behind. But I'm crazy about that. Laid back. Hard-loving woman of mine. New verse. I got to change something. The bass keeps rolling. The voice starts changing. A little more kind of a talking in the voice now. Check it out. Yeah, you know my baby, she's long. That's right. Man, oh man, she's tall. A little emphatic. Now get some rhythm. Well, my baby, she's so long. You know my baby, she's so tall. She sleeps with her head in the kitchen and her big feet in the hall. But I'm crazy about that hard-loving woman of mine. All right. Now, coming up to the bridge. And, I've had a couple verses of that bass rolling. I've changed it up with the voice a little bit. The volume has fluctuated just a little. Now, with this bridge, I needed to do something. And what I'm hearing is like the horns. Banging it, banging it, which is that's a thing you hear, in this kind of music. So, what I did was, I've been keeping that steady loping along. Now I leave out a little bit. Less is more. I let one of the chords bang it. I let that ring. I emphasize it, but I let it ring a little bit, changing up the rhythm. Check it out. Oh, I love my baby now. She's so fine. I really wish she'd come on down and see me sometime. See that? Got that new emphasis. Look at the fool I've been. Look at it now. Don't believe I'm sinking. Look at the shape I'm in. All right, heading into the solo. Trading off with the bass, and then voice and guitar doing the same part. The voice adds these little background pieces, just little like a pad or something, right? And now, a whole new section. This is not in Taj's version, but it moved me, so there I was. Coming back. See that? I didn't play for a minute while I was singing. I left the guitar right out. Give you a little space to fall into. She called the Katy, she let me mule ride. Now the singing is really emphatic, and now it's going to be choppy. Get that? Called the Katy, let me a mule ride. That's right. The train was pulling out, now it's swinging behind, but I'm crazy about that hard-loving woman of mine. See that? Now we're bringing up to the big finish. I'm crazy. I'm talking. I'm kind of like. Woman of mine. Almost yelling at you. Big finish. All right. See that? Oh, it's so true. So there you were. The last line, I did the guitar and the voice right together. And then for the very, very end, the voice stays the same and the guitar finishes that line going down, which gives you a little harmony at the end. So you're hearing a chord, you're hearing the band peter out when there wasn't a band, but by separating those parts, I gave you that feeling like, we're coming to the end, okay? So, real quick review. What did we do? We found the important part for me was the bass, so I played the bass mostly through the song with some extra rhythm stabs and some chordal here and there. At one part during the solo, I'm playing the bass long enough to set up that this is where we are, and then I would depart and play just a solo guitar. And so you leave it to the listener to kind of keep feeling that the bass is going, that setup is now going. We're still in the groove of the song, even though at one point I'm just playing a solo over something that's I'm leaving it to you, the listener, to hear behind the solo. Okay, and you filled that in. So play the important part. The listener will fill in other parts for you. Less is more. When I needed to set up that third verse, I held my hand up and left the guitar just ringing for a second while the voice dove in, drawing you in. Okay, so less is more. Sometimes you can't just keep going more. It's too much. It's not possible. I mean, you're only going to get so far with that, with one guitar and one voice. And finally, each section I changed up a little. I used, the first section was just setting up the groove. The next verse was the voice changed, even though the bass kind of stayed the same. Into the bridge part, the guitar changed, the rhythm of the guitar changed, and the voice started being more staccato. As the song started, the voice went from being just kind of singing it to more and more talking, staccato, singing, adding parts outside of the melody. And then finally the last verse, emphatic voice. Everything's a little louder up to the big finish with a voice doubled line on the voice guitar until they split apart for the final harmony. So if this is something that has helped you, or you leave me a comment below. If you're interested in a little more depth on some of this, let me know. If you're interested on, you have some questions about how I do it, or maybe a different song, let me know. Go through my videos on my Willy Kelly Music on YouTube, and I have a lot of songs. I'll do this for any and all the songs you like. If this is something that helps you, please subscribe. I hope you feel welcome, and I'd love to have you subscribe. Ring the bell so you know when my next video comes out. And it's been great having you here, and I really appreciate it. Love, peace, and happiness. Willy Kelly. Thank you again. It's dog's life. That's what they say. It's dog's life. You hang around all